Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his team will continue talks with the US over Washington's initiative for a ceasefire in Lebanon so that, he says, displaced Israelis will be able to return to their homes. Here, smoke seen rising over southern Lebanese city of Tyre. And here, before and after images showing the scale of the destruction of Israeli bombing. Lebanese officials say more than 700 people have been killed in Israeli strikes since Monday. They have been fighting back, though. Here, the so-called Iron Dome intercepting rockets over Israel's Haifa. The Biden administration is reportedly angry from what they see as Netanyahu's U-turn on Thursday. Officials said they had been given his assent to a truce, but he changed his mind. Meanwhile, the UK Prime Minister has told the United Nations General Assembly in New York that the Israel-Hezbollah conflict could spill over into a war no one can control.
We need to see an immediate ceasefire to provide space for a diplomatic settlement. And we are working with all partners to that end. Because further escalation serves no one. It offers nothing but more suffering for innocent people on all sides.
New York's City Mayor Eric Adams is due to be arraigned in a federal courthouse to face 5 counts of criminal offenses, including bribery, wire fraud, and soliciting illegal foreign campaign donations. An indictment unveiled on Thursday alleges Mr. Adams sought and accepted illegal campaign funds and over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits from Turkish businessmen and an official seeking to gain his influence. The 64-year-old is a former police officer who was elected to lead the most populous US city nearly 3 years ago on a promise to be tough on crime. The mayor has denied any wrongdoing and rejected growing calls for his resignation.
We are not surprised. We expected this. This is not surprising to us at all.
Donald Trump has agreed to a last-minute meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky, despite repeatedly criticizing him on the U.S. campaign trail.
President Zelensky has asked to meet with me, and I will be meeting with him tomorrow morning at around 9:45.
The Republican presidential nominee told a news conference that the Ukrainian leader will visit Trump Tower just days after Trump criticized him for refusing to make a deal with Moscow. The former U.S. president appears to have changed his mind after earlier reports from his campaign said a meeting between the two was extremely unlikely. Japan's ruling party has elected Shigeru Ishiba as its new leader, positioning the political veteran as the next Prime Minister of Japan. 9 candidates contested the leadership of the conservative Liberal Democratic Party, which has ruled Japan for most of the post-war era after Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announced last month that he would not stand for re-election. Whoever is named the new chief of the Liberal Democratic Party will become Prime Minister since the LDP has a parliamentary majority. The change of guard comes at a turbulent time for the party, which has been rocked by scandals and internal conflicts that disbanded its once powerful factions. Hurricane Helene has roared ashore Florida's Big Bend region as one of the most powerful storms to ever hit the United States. Officials fear the hurricane will leave a trail of deaths and widespread destruction as it moves inland. At least 1 fatality in Florida was blamed on the hurricane so far. The storm is one of the biggest ever to hit the Gulf Coast, with wind gusts of up to 140 miles per hour. Helene is tied as the 14th most powerful hurricane to hit anywhere in the United States since records began, and is the 7th most powerful to slam into Florida. That's according to data from the National Hurricane Center. And a massive sinkhole has emerged in Japan's Hiroshima city, forcing locals to evacuate and affecting nearby infrastructure. The sinkhole measured some 40 meters long and 15 meters wide after a water pipe burst near an intersection at the site. Residents were temporarily evacuated after 8 buildings began to lean and crack. Hiroshima city officials said the sinkhole emerged when workers carried out underground drilling works to build a storm drain. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.